Hello, hello, it's me again, the Metaverse Explorer, and this is the 6th of September, and I'm here to give you a degen play for you to try and get an airdrop. Now, what this actually is a DeFi thread that was created by permissionless.eth, ultrasound money. His job in Twitter is to onboard saints into DeFi and Web3. He's getting the best out of DeFi protocols across all L2s, layer 2s. So L2 is his home. So I followed this guy, and generally I like the stuff that he was posting. So I thought I'd share it with you guys as well. You guys follow me because of the ARBITRUM Odyssey as well as OPTIMISM, right? So there are lots of protocols out there that don't have a token yet. I'm going to show you now using his protocol how to go through the entire thing, and make sure you find this Twitter thread yourself and go and do what he's doing, okay? Stick around and do way more than that. I can't do physically all of them because it'll take way too much time to film this entire thing, but I'm going to walk you through the entire process as he's described. This is not my alpha, this is his alpha. Okay, props to permissionless.eth. Let's start with the Twitter thread, shall we? It's the mega airdrop strategy. And now I don't want to do a giant Twitter YouTube thumbnail, like, all this clickbaity stuff. No, it's okay. If you watch my videos, you like it, that's it. Now, mega airdrop strategy. If you're not up to 6 figures in crypto, do this. The strategies below are 2 birds, 1 stone. And of course, we have a big-brained Pepe with an Atlas or an Axis, I forget what it's called, holding up this ginormous smart boy brain. Let's read what you have to do, okay? It's huge, okay? So you might have to stop this video to try and go and gather all the information that you need, okay? So number 1, gather some mainnet ETH. That's easy. Everyone should have ETH on mainnet, like everyone, right? You bridge it to Arbitrum Nova using bridge.arbitrum.io. Let's go there. That's what it looks like. You're going to use this, and I'm going to connect my wallet, and hopefully it comes up fairly soon. We can bridge from mainnet ETH all the way to Arbitrum Nova. Is it loading up? No. All good. It's just my internet, that's all. Number 2, bridge that back to Arbitrum 1 using Arbiter Finance. This is Arbiter Finance, okay? Make sure you can connect your wallet, and then you're able to transfer. Do the same thing. You can go from ETH to ZK Sync, but we actually want to go from Arbitrum 1, Arbitrum Nova, all the way to Arbitrum. And that's what he's describing, okay? To Arbitrum 1. Swap some AETH, which is the Arbitrum Ethereum, to USDC, about 95% of it, using Chromatica Finance. Chromatica is another blockchain, another dApp that doesn't have a token at the moment. Oh no, it does, sorry. It does have a token. Look at that, the Chrom token. This is the point of all this, is to generate on-chain transactions and to tell the layer 2s that you are here and you are using layer 2s. So if they do a token, you should get involved in it because you're a Web3 participant, right? Now, we're gonna quickly move through all of this because by the time we know it, it's gonna be 10 minutes. Deposit that USDC that you swapped from AETH to USDC on Chromatica, deposit it at a board.exchange and trade to generate volume. You don't have to do a lot of trading, but this is just a perpetual, I think this is a spot DEX. So basically you connect your wallet up there and then you put a few trades in. No leverage, don't use any leverage, hopefully not. And then you withdraw that USDC and swap back to AETH using Chromatica.finance. You bridge that AETH to OETH using transfer on LiFi. LiFi is one of the best bridge aggregators out there, okay? So you're taking your ETH from one chain, from Arbitrum, going to Optimism, which is OETH now. After you use that, we have a beautiful magician Pepe, because this is all he's doing is chain magic, right? You're trying to tell the system that you're here, then you go there, then you're doing this, then you go here. So if they get something, if they release something, you should be included. Now we're on OETH, which is the Optimism Ethereum. Swap OETH to synthetic USD, which is Synthetics, the protocol, to SUSD with 95% of it using Quenta.exchange. Now you should, all of these swaps, all of these hops, you're slowly paying a little bit of transaction fee here, a little bit of slippage there, a little fee here. So you are losing your entire stack, but only a small amount, okay? Especially if you set slippage really low. Deposit that SUSD at Quenta and trade to make some volume. Now, Quenta actually came out from the Synthetics, it spun out from Synthetics, the protocol itself. Now, Quenta is, I think, specifically on layer 2. I'm not entirely sure. I have to use them. Like I said, I haven't done all of this, but I can tell you it's gonna work now, okay? Withdraw that SUSD from Quenta, then swap it back to Optimism ETH using Quenta. So this is for you to get into the Quenta ecosystem, trade, make some volume, and get out of Quenta. Now you're going out of Quenta, where are you gonna go? Bridge that OETH to AETH, back from Optimism over to Arbitrum using the Rango exchange. Rango is also a really good on-chain DEX aggregator. Now we're back up to Arbitrum, of course. You bridge your Arbitrum ETH to Polygon using router.fi, which is here. That's Rango exchange, and now I think that's router via exchange. So you can bridge your Arbitrum to Polygon network using this interface here. Let's keep going. I'm going to delete all of these so we can catch up to where we actually are. There are heaps of them, heaps of them. Okay. Now you go to your Polygon using router. You swap your Polygon ETH around 95% to USDC using Chromatica Finance. Chromatica Finance is another on-chain DEX, which we just covered recently. Deposit USDC and trade on pro.apex.exchange. Now, pro.apex.exchange, I'm sure, is also another kind of I don't know if it's leveraged, but it does look like it's spot. No, this is a funding rate, so that's futures. Yep. So you can come here, trade some BTC, trade some ETH. Those are the only two markets they have. And I tell you, if they have a token, you've come here and you've used the protocol. Let's go ahead, and after you've done that USDC and deposit on Apex, you withdraw the USDC, swap it back to ETH Polygon using Chromatica. Then you bridge that ETH over to Optimism ETH using Rango again. Then you bridge that Optimism ETH back to Arbitrum using ChainHop. Then you bridge that Arbitrum ETH over to Optimism ETH using Across. Across is part of the, all of these chains. They've been around for a while. Some of them don't have tokens, okay? So this is what you should be doing to generate some on-chain actions. You swap that Optimism ETH back to USDC using Chromatica. You trade a Pika protocol, which also spun out from Synthetics themselves. You add USDC more than $20 in Pika protocol for you to trade, generate a small amount of volume. You swap the remaining USDC to OETH using Chromatica. Then finally, you bridge OETH back to AETH or mainnet ETH using Bungee. Now, that was a whole bunch of farming work. Congratulations, you've used multiple protocols, multiple DEXs, multiple bridges. My God, you will, if one of them has a token, it's likely that you will recoup the amount of fees you had to spend in slippage or the fees in gas. So this is crazy. This is the kind of stuff that I love and I want to share with you guys. Obviously, this is not my work, right? But I saw it and I was like, man, I have to try and do this. You guys have to try and do this too. So the bonus, always use Meson5 for stables across chain swaps. Charges 0 fees for all chains except ETH. Now you've used almost all bridge aggregators in Arbitrum and Optimism ecosystem and confirmed protocols that will airdrop, okay? Arbi and more OP awaits you plus other protocols. Man, if you guys love this, please go ahead and follow him. I don't regret following him at all. And also follow Degenerative Apes for these kinds of degen plays. Now, we have one guy here, and I told you, we're nearly at 10 minutes now. We have one guy all done now. Let's pray for Cook. I don't know what Cook is. For those asking earlier, I started with 0.58 ETH, and I only have 0.427 ETH left. That's approximately $162 that he spent on gas fees, exchange fees, bridge fees, all of the extra fees that you can think of, okay? So he has lost ETH. So this is the gamble, right? You are participating and trying to prove to them that you're on chain and that you're here. These are you're going to have to pay to use a network. As we all know, nothing's going to be free, right? But in the instance that they do airdrop something, you might be included in some of these airdrops. The decision you now have to make is, how much are you willing to spend on these fees? And how much do you think the airdrop is going to be worth? And is it going to be worth your time? Okay, all of this thing I just pointed out, that might take you 2 hours, 3 hours to do, give or take how fast the chains are, okay? One guy says, should really do some good volumes on each of the exchanges. The point is for you to come back, use it, because they have to log you multiple different times. Airdrop hunting is so hard now. People are the protocols are really on it. One guy was just saying that I just completed all the steps, excluding step 12 as there was an issue. Yesterday started with $1,000 in ETH, left $100 in the vault at step 19. I have 900 57 in my MetaMask wallet at the end. ETH is going up so the cost has been minimal. Now, don't think like this because you are losing ETH. It doesn't matter what the price of that ETH is, you're losing ETH. If ETH goes to $1 million, then hey, all those transaction fees that you lost are going to be like $1,000, $2,000. Okay, you have to always price it in one denominator. If you don't care about ETH itself, then yes, you price it in USD. But most people care about the Ethereum itself. Okay, so you have to use Ethereum as your denominator. Now, made a grave mistake in a board exchange. Opened to generate volume, as I said, and couldn't navigate where to close quickly. So this guy got wrecked. Okay, look at his P&L was minus 30%. Okay, he was, you know why? Because he was on a 25% leverage. Guys, you don't have to do massive leverage. Just use a very small amount of leverage, 1x, 2x, 3x, and get out as quickly as you can. Okay, there might be a small amount of, paid toll, small amount of fees, or small amount of something you might have to pay, but it should be very small. Don't be like this guy where he got wrecked, minus 30%. Okay, that's crazy. That's crazy. Okay. All right. So it's been 11 minutes, like I said. Guys, there are so many protocols for you to go out and use, okay? Make sure you follow this guy and make sure you go and find him and do the stuff that he says, because this is how these guys game the system, and I want you to game the system, okay? Just as much as them. Because by the end of the day, they're the ones going to get airdropped and you're not going to get anything because you didn't take the time to go and do this. I'm now going to take the time to go and do this, so please do it with me. Okay, and use only a small amount of funds you're willing to lose or lose on that transaction fee itself, because some of these are still unaudited. Some of them, there could be bugs in there. Okay, be safe out there. I'm going to leave it there. MetaVerse Explorer, make sure you like and subscribe because I'm going to keep bringing you some of this stuff. Oh, Pepe is here just in time. Pepe, thank you very much for coming. Appreciate it. It's the bear market. He needs you to like and subscribe because you can see how sad he is. All right, ciao for now.